5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Napalm. Napalm is usually a mixture of a flammable substance such as gasoline and a suitable thickening agent, most often benzene and polystyrene. Long hydrocarbon chains make it extremely difficult to extinguish. Thus, once it adheres to the skin, it is virtually impossible to remove or put out. Those who are splashed and do not die will suffer second-degree burns. The pain will be excruciating, as it does not sear the flesh enough to destroy the nerves. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Napalm generates temperatures of 800 to 1200 degrees Celsius. Aside from its incendiary capacities, it also deoxygenates available air, so if a victim has not been hit directly, they can still die by suffocation. Landmines. Landmines can be triggered by a number of things, including pressure, movement, sound, vibration, and magnetism. When a person steps on a blast mine, a huge compressive force is sent upward into the foot's soft tissue and bone. In most cases, these will be crushed or torn off by the blast wave. In some cases, it is described as a severe traumatic amputation of the foot, up to the ankle. In Cambodia alone, mines have resulted in at least 35,000 amputees after cessation of hostilities. It is estimated that $1 billion would be sufficient to completely demine globally. So far, the U.S. has spent $400 million. Contrasted with the total cost of the Tomahawk cruise missile project, which was $11,210 million. Cluster bombs. Millions of tons of cluster bombs have been dropped on Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. A basic cluster bomb is a hollow shell containing from 3 to more than 2,000 submunitions. These bombs pose a particular threat to civilians, as the area affected by a single bomb can be as large as 3 football fields. And oftentimes unexploded bombs are left behind on the ground and can remain dangerous for decades. Some of these are brightly colored to increase visibility and warn off civilians. However, their color, coupled with a small, non-threatening appearance, has caused children to interpret them as toys. These bombs can explode when handled.
But you probably wouldn't be able to hear her over all the... It's kind of like a firefly flashing SOS in a firefight. She's 4 months pregnant, and her body's undergone intense negotiations forming triple helixes of peace, but there's no ceasefire outside where she lives, where helicopter blades cut every night into pieces, and where generals who grow killing fields over playgrounds tend to be a little indifferent to motherhood.
March!
Because here, the children are not the future anymore. History's written along the leg grooves of bullets, so you aim them well and let them lead the way. And since she wants her child to be able to sleep safe under stars that go undisturbed by flashbangs, floodlights, searches, and seizures...
Open up!
It's been 4 months of days filled with basic training under the rallying cries of "Sir,
Sir, yes, sir! March!
She keeps her nightmares etched inside her eyelids in a diary that nobody can hear. And when she gets morning sick, she looks at her gun, and she cleans it twice. It helps keep her mind focused on what she's risking it for and not focused on what she's risking as she polishes possible names for her little girl into the steel. It has been 4 months of staring death in its face every day, asking it, where are you keeping this future from my child? How far do I need to follow these bullets because I will go? And death answers back in cluster bombs and kidnappings. It sings to her in a sonata of shells serenading serrated flesh, and she answers back in nursery rhymes, hummed like battle hymns, but you probably wouldn't be able to hear her over all the... It's kind of like a firefly flashing SOS in a firefight. And where I've been, you probably can't hear her either because, well, where I've been...
Can I get some more makeup?
Yeah, see, where I've been, it's just been a lot of...
late-breaking news.
And where I've been, it's definitely just...
Oh, let's get that Emmy, people.
See, you can't really hear her over any of the...
Okay, clear the stage. We're ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, Johnny in front, we're good to go. Let's go. Cue lights and music. Channel 666 going live with Chad Tom. Camera 2, go.
Good evening, America. I'm Chad Tom. The heart of the nation falls silent tonight as incoming reports tell of one woman's harrowing tale.
Cue lights.
Preliminary reports say an unnamed woman has joined in the fighting today.
4 months pregnant.
By all accounts, she is 9 months pregnant and could give birth at any time.
Fighting so her child's able to sleep safely one day.
It appears that she has been coerced into fighting by hostile extremists.
Every day asking, where is my child's future?
She must be asking herself, when will I be released from this oppressive regime? We go now live to our senior news analyst in the field, Brant Charles. Brant.
Live feed, go.
What can you tell us about all this?
Thanks, Jeffrey. It's a sad state of affairs here tonight. The mere fact that a pregnant woman has been drawn into the fighting shows just how desperate this situation has become. This is a woman in peril, forced to hate the freedom we are trying to create. Our role over there is that of the liberator. We are not there as militants, Stephen.
So, Jim, we're there to help.
Exactly, Todd. And when you have a pregnant woman forced to fight against our efforts to bring peace, it is quite clear that our help is desperately needed indeed.
That's an excellent analysis, Kip. It sounds like those villains need to be headed off at the pass. What can you tell me about the nature of this war?
If you thought it was all foxholes and pistols, Thomas, gunboats and dogfights, well, you'd be wrong. That is very 20th century, an analog war, and that has all gone the way of the pager.
So, Clive, this is a digital war.
You guessed it. Internet and satellites. We're pushing buttons from other countries, Ralph. Our troops are safer than ever. With technology advancing as rapidly as it is, pretty soon there won't be any need for lost human life on our side.
So we're over there in order to achieve the freedom we want them to have.
The freedom they need to have, Trevor.
Freedom.
Democracy.
Yes.
Freedom.
Good work, David.
Thanks, Scott.
Bradley, keep up the good fight and let God be with you.
Thanks, Dick. Back to you in the studio.
Well, folks, you've heard it here first. Please stay tuned to Channel 6 every hour on the hour for new updates on this breaking story.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, cue up commercial. Channel 666 with Chad Tom.
Chad.
Someone get me a fucking latte and melt the espresso!